Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenger Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. So, today we're talking about the third house lord through houses. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel. If you'd like to be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, so we're looking at the third planetary house lord through houses. Now, when we look at this, we're looking from the ascendant in the birth chart that will show your early life up until your mid-30s. Then we look at the D9 Navamsa. From the ascendant in the D9 Navamsa, it'll show how your life changes from your mid-30s to the end of your life. Now, after this, we look at the moon. The reason we read from the moon is to see how you think and feel about your life. Now, just make sure that you're only looking at the moon chart in the birth chart. You don't make the moon the ascendant in the Navamsa and look there. You're just going to confuse yourself. A person's mind and emotions generally stay kind of on the same wavelength throughout life. So, trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work in the Navamsa. Alright. But, let's go through this. So, third house. Third house is your younger siblings. It's your cousins, your neighbors. It's communication of all kinds, including writing. It's media. It's arts. It's sports. It's social media. It's the internet. It's marketing and sales. It's self-effort. It's 8th from the 8th, so it's the higher form of sun ups and downs and transformation. Transformation through self-effort. It's travel, mainly short distance, but it's also long distance travel, because it's 12th from the 4th house. It's the furthest place away from your homeland. So, now we're talking about where the third lord is gone. So let's start with the first house. So, first house is you. It's your physical body. It's your health. So here there's a few things that we see. One, you can be fairly close to your younger siblings. To your cousins. Also, we see that you will put a lot of self-effort into your body. This is a person that works on their health. But we also see there will be a major transformation with your health and with your body at some point. Now, what that could mean? Well, it depends on how well this third lord's placed. How well is the first house situated? Is there benefic aspect, malefics? There's a lot that can affect this. But your body will transform in some way. Now, that could mean a number of things. That could mean getting in better shape. Getting jacked. Could mean losing weight. Could mean transforming your health. Maybe you've been dealing with a health issue and you overcome that. But it could also mean the opposite. Things could get worse. But we do see that change in your health and in your body would take place. But first house is also you. It's your personality. So this can also show a change of your personality. Alright. Now, this also shows you might be very fond of media. This shows that what your neighbors think, what your cousins think, what your younger siblings think, really affects you. It impacts your personality. Or there's a jackhammer going across the road. Hopefully it's not too loud for y'all. Okay. But yeah, so we see that taking place as well. What people say on social media affects you with this placement. what you see on the internet, in movies and shows, that would affect you with this placement. Now, third lord in the second house. Well, second house is your family. It's your earnings, your savings, it's your finances in general. It's your speech. So here we see there's a lot of communication with the family. There's a lot of financial communication that takes place as well. There's a lot of effort put into the family, put into your finances. You have to work hard towards those things. Putting forth effort's not easy. Now, what does this also mean? The third lord is going 12th from itself. So we see kind of the loss of the younger sibling. Now, what does that mean? Maybe younger sibling had to take on a lot of responsibility of the family growing up. Maybe, you're the older sibling and you went off to do your own thing. So they had to take care of the family. Like, that's something that we could see with this placement. This also shows a family has to put forth a lot of effort in life. Things aren't easy for them. But here we see a person can earn money through communication, through media, through sports, through art, through marketing and sales. But remember, the main source of earning is Venus. Planets affecting the second house just shows some of your money can come through this avenue, but it's not the main source. Okay. We also see there will be a major transformation of your family and your finances at some point in life. Hopefully for the better, but that depends on a number of factors, which is specific to each birth chart or Navamsa chart. Okay. Now, let's talk about third lord in the third house. Oh, here, your younger siblings, your cousins, they're protected. They would probably have good health. Here, you put forth effort into having a relationship with them. Here we see you have the strength to put forth effort. Not everyone does. Some people struggle with that. But here, you have that capability. Here, you could be a great communicator, a great writer, great at marketing and sales, because that's being strengthened. The Lord of the house is protecting and strengthening that house. Here we see you could have a bit of a travel bug, because you're putting forth effort into travel. Here we see you might put forth a lot of effort into the internet, into social media. You'd want to communicate a lot with this placement. We also see there will be a major transformation in your younger siblings and your cousins' lives at some point. In particular, your immediate younger sibling, because third house is your immediate younger sibling. It's younger siblings in general, but yeah. Alright. This can also make a person good at sports, because third house is a house tied to sports. The third, fifth, sixth house. These are the houses of sports. So we see a person could be good at sports with this. Okay. Now, third lord in the fourth house. Well, fourth house is home, land, real estate. It's vehicles. It's your comfort and happiness. It's your mother figures. So here we see younger siblings could be fairly close with your mother. But here we see you will have to put forth a lot of effort to have comfort and happiness in your life. That will not come easy for you. You have to work hard, harder than most. You have to put forth a lot of effort to have a home. Even if it's just one you rent, you have to struggle for that. You have to struggle to have a car. Also, we see if you have a car, you will use it quite often to travel here and there. You'll commute a lot with this placement. You have to put a lot of effort into having a good relationship with your mother, or into taking care of your mother, or mother figures. We see there will be a big transformation that takes place with your mother, with your home, with your vehicles at some point in life. Maybe your mother's health improves, but generally as a person ages, their health declines. So you could see that could take place with your mother. Also, we see a transformation of home. Now, what could that mean? Well, that could mean selling a home and getting a new home. That could mean, remodeling a car. Like, there's a number of things that we could see with this. But there will be that big change of 4th house matters. Now, 3rd Lord in the 5th house. Well, 5th house is romance, fun and games, children, students, subordinates. It's education. 5th house is house of sports. It's a house of creativity, art. It's a house of politics. It's a house of speculative gains. Through stock market, through gambling. 1 second. I forgot to plug in my laptop again. Okay. So, with this, we see a person has to put forth a lot of effort into taking care of their children. In particular, the first child. First child might kind of struggle in life. Maybe need more of your attention. Here, a lot of effort is put into romance, put into creative pursuits. Here, a person can be brilliant in creativity, in arts, and sports. Here, a person puts forth a lot of effort in having fun and pursuing their education. Possibly even in politics. A person could be very political with this placement, because now the 3rd Lord of Communication is in the 5th house of politics. Okay. Now we also see there will be a big transformation of your education. Maybe you were in one educational field and then you drop that one and you switch to a different educational field. Go for a different degree. Also, there will be a big transformation in your children's lives. In particular, your first child's life. There will be a big transformation, a big change that takes place for them. Okay. Also, there will be a lot of short distance travel that's necessary when it comes to taking care of your children. Running them back and forth to doctor's appointments, to daycare, to school, to different activities. You'll be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So look forward to that. Alright. Moving on. 3rd Lord in the 6th house. So, 6th house is your maternal aunts and uncles. It's your pets. 6th house is your coworkers. It's your enemies. It's everyday work, everyday routines. It's debt. 6th house is health issues and accidents. It's competition. It's conflict. Legal disputes. It's a house of unchangeable karma, because a person can't change their health in this life. Like, you will have natural health issues that you are born with and will have to face. You don't get to change that. That's part of the reason this house is tied to unchangeable karma. Okay, so third lord in the sixth house. What we see with this. One second, I need a drink. All right. Okay, so third lord in the sixth house. Here we see younger sibling would have some kind of health issues. In particular, your immediate younger sibling would deal with health issues. But younger siblings in general could have some health issues. Or younger sibling would be like your enemy. You could have a lot of conflict with your younger sibling with this placement, or be very competitive with your younger sibling. Here we see you communicate a lot about health issues, about conflict. Sixth house is a house of servitude. You communicate about, the poor, the downtrodden, the people that need help, that need to be served. Here you talk a lot about your work. Here you put forth a lot of effort into your health, into competition. Like here, a person could be brilliant in sports, once again. You put forth a lot of effort into spending time with your pets. Here we see there will be a big transformation of your health. Because now the third lord is in the sixth house. Sixth house is the other house of health. First house is the main house, but sixth is also a house of health. So here we see there will be a big change in your health. Here we see a person puts forth effort, has to put forth effort into overcoming debts. Also, debts will transform at some point. So if you're in a lot of debt, know that that can definitely change with this placement. Quite likely will change. Here, a person will deal with issues when they travel. There will be obstacles when you travel. Maybe your car will break down. Has a tendency to when you travel. Maybe there will be accidents when you travel. Maybe you have health issues when you travel. But those are also things that we see with this. Also, the third house is tied to the arm. So from the shoulder down to the hand. The fingertips. So you can have health issues with those areas of the body. Because sixth house is a house of health issues. So you may notice a tendency to get injured there, or, have some health issue with that area of the body. Alright. Now, third lord in the seventh house. So, seventh house is relationships. Business partner. Seventh house is the masses, all the people you meet out in the world. So, with the third lord being here, we see a lot of effort has to be put into relationships. Relationships will not be easy with this placement. You have to work towards it. Maybe you have difficulty finding someone. Maybe relationship requires a lot of work once you're in it. It's not as easy as it seemed. Here, it can be difficult for a person to get married. A lot of work has to be put in to accomplish that. Here, a person also has to put forth a lot of effort if they want to do business. But this can be an excellent placement for business, marketing, and sales. The third lord of that is now in the seventh house of business. This can be great. There's a lot of communication that takes place between you and your relationship partners with this placement. A lot of communication takes place there, which is a great thing. But also we see there will be a big transformation of business, of, relationships at some point. They will not, be stable all the time. There will be big changes that have to take place. Also, same can be said of your spouse's health. Spouse's health could go through a big change at some point in life. Or, their physical appearance, their personality. Because 7th house is your spouse. Now, 7th house is also the masses. So here, a person can communicate with a lot of people. So that could show this person could be famous. Maybe they give grand speeches. They could be a politician with this placement. They could be famous on social media. So that's also something that we can see with this. Here, there can be a big transformation of a person's fame, of their reputation, even if they aren't famous. Because the 7th house is 10th from the 10th. It's the higher form of a person's status in this world. Also, here we see a person would like to go on a lot of trips with their partner. Or they would travel a lot for business. That can also be seen with this. Okay. Now, let's talk about 3rd Lord in the 8th house. So, 8th house is your in-laws. It's joint finances and relationships and business. It's other people's money. It's death. It's wills, estates, legacies, inheritance. It's taxes. It's sudden ups and downs, transformation. It's sex. It's the occult. It's research. It's surgeries. It's psychological baggage. So, here we see younger sibling could require a surgery at some point in life. Younger sibling will go through a lot of sudden ups and downs and transformation in life. Younger sibling could be an occultist or be heavily involved in research. Now, we see that you have to put forth a lot of effort in dealing with your in-laws or the family of your partner. Have to put forth a lot of effort in having good joint finances. And here we see joint finances would transform at some point in life, hopefully for the better, but that depends on a lot of factors. Okay. Now, we also see there would be a lot of communication about secret things. Here there could be a lot of communication with your in-laws. But here you would learn and communicate about secret information. You could even communicate with, kind of hidden people. People that stay outside of the spotlight. That could mean you communicate with criminals. That could mean you communicate with occultists. You communicate with researchers. Here a person might put forth a lot of effort into their occult pursuits, into their research. Here we see there will be a lot of sudden short distance travel. Like unexpectedly having to travel, constantly. And here we see there will be a big, transformation of a person's psychological baggage. Their psychology will change. This can show a personality shift. Like a person, thinking and feeling one way and just completely changing. Here we see a major transformation in your life would take place. Okay. Now, let's talk about third lord in the ninth house. So, ninth house. Ninth house is your father figures. It's your mentors, your teachers, your gurus. Ninth house is long distance travel. It's pilgrimage. It's religion, philosophy, the law. It's publishing. It's a house of luck and fortune. So, with the third lord here we see younger siblings would travel a lot. They would definitely have a travel bug with this placement. And you would as well, because now you're putting effort into the house of travel. You and your younger siblings would travel often to far off places. Ninth house is also house of father figures. Here we see younger siblings would be close to your father. But for you, we see you have to put forth a lot of effort to have a good relationship with your father. Or you have to put a lot of effort into helping your father. That relationship, that bond would require effort. Ninth house is also the house of higher education. Like bachelor's degree or higher. Or outside of the, typical education. So here we see a lot of effort has to be put into that. Here we see there's a lot of communication about religious views, philosophical views, legal views. There's a lot of communication that takes place with mentors and teachers. Here, a person can definitely be an author, because the third lord of writing is now in the ninth house of publishing. And effort is being put into the house of publishing. Here we see there will be a big transformation with your father, with your education. Things will not remain the same in your education. Maybe you drop one field of study and move to a different field of study. There will be a big change of your philosophical views with this placement. Of your religious views. Your legal views. There will be a big change of your luck and fortune with this placement. So, this could mean a person goes from being lucky to unlucky. Or the opposite. Unlucky to finally having luck in life. Now, let's talk about third lord in the 10th house. So, 10th house is career. It's status. It's your workplace. It's your managers, your bosses. 10th house is national government. It's government in general, but mainly national government. 10th house is your karmic actions that the world notices. This is the highest house of karma. So here we see younger siblings will have a lot of status in life. They will be very career driven. Possibly even overly focused on their career. They could be workaholics with this. Here we see you will have to put forth a lot of effort into your career, into having status. And here, marketing, sales, communication can lead to you having a lot of status and fame in life. Your ability to communicate, your artistic ability, your ability in sports can lead to you having fame. Being distinguished in some way. Here, a person can write about the government. Maybe, you are a newspaper reporter. Maybe you're an author. Right? Maybe you write about political news. Here, a person has to communicate to the world at large. Now, why the world at large? 10th house is the house where Sun has directional strength. It's the house that represents the zenith, the highest point in the sky, where Sun is most visible. So the world will notice your communication with this placement. There's that potential there. Here, a person can gain a lot of fame through media. But like I said, a lot of effort has to be put into one's career with this placement. And career will go through a major transformation at some point. A person's fame can go through a major transformation at some point as well. So this could lead to a person going from being famous to being infamous. So be careful with that. Okay. Also, for your younger siblings, this will show they will undergo a major transformation at some point in life. Why? Well, here the third lord has gone 8 places away from itself. So here we see younger siblings will experience a major transformation at some point in life. Alright. Now, let's talk about third lord in the 11th house. So, 11th house is a house of older siblings. It's a house of paternal aunts and uncles. It's your friends, your network circle, large organizations, hopes, wishes, and desires, gains, stock market. So here we see younger siblings could be close with your older siblings. Here there's a lot of interaction between siblings taking place. But there's something a little interesting with this placement. Younger siblings are now in the house of older siblings. So with this, we see younger siblings would behave like they're the older siblings to you. They would somehow behave like they're above you. Or like they're the ones in charge. Especially the immediate younger sibling to you. Also, we see there will be a lot of communication with the older siblings. There's a lot of effort put into having that relationship with your older siblings. There's a lot of communication that takes place between you and your friends, but that relationship with your friends requires a lot of effort. In order to fulfill your hopes, wishes, and desires, you have to put forth tremendous effort. And your hopes, wishes, and desires will not remain the same throughout life. They will transform. They will experience that major change. Here, a person, once again, can communicate with a lot of people. Can communicate in front of a large organization. You could be a leader of a large organization with this placement. You could be a spokesperson for a large organization with this. Speaking at conferences. Speaking to newspaper reporters. Like, these are the kinds of things you can see with this. A person can have, an immense following through social media, through the internet. But like I said, in order to have those gains in life, they will require communication. They will require a lot of self-effort to gain and fulfill your hopes, wishes, and desires. That's the biggest thing with this placement. With this, you can't be silent. You have to write. You have to communicate. Alright. Now, third lord in the 12th house. 12th house. 12th house is bed pleasure, sex and sleep. It's spirituality. It's isolation. Anywhere you feel isolated. Jails, hospitals, asylums, monasteries. 12th house is losses of all kinds, including financial. It's investing, because in order to invest money, you have to temporarily lose money before you can gain. It's foreign travel, foreign places, foreign people. It's multinational companies. So here we see the third lord is here in the 12th house. Well, here we see you put forth a lot of effort into spirituality, into investing, into traveling. Here a person will have a travel bug. They want to travel. They want to see more of the world. Here a person puts forth effort into being alone. A person wants to be isolated with this placement. They put forth that effort to kind of be on their own. Here communication is kind of lost. Unless you are communicating with foreign people, the people in foreign lands, of different culture from you, you will feel like communication is lost. Like nobody listens to you when you speak. Now, here we see younger sibling could be very spiritual. You could feel the loss of the younger sibling, meaning maybe you don't have a relationship with your younger sibling. Maybe your younger sibling moved to a foreign country. That can also be seen with this. Younger sibling could even be in prison with this placement. That is a possibility. Also, we see there will be a big transformation of your spiritual beliefs, your spirituality with this placement. There will be a big transformation of your investments with this placement. Because now, the third lord of transformation, the higher form of sudden ups and downs and transformation, is now transforming the 12th house of investments. So here we see, investments will go through a lot of sudden ups and downs. They will transform. Hopefully for the better. Also, a person will deal with sudden losses with this placement. So be careful with that. But yeah, biggest thing with this is kind of feeling that loss of the relationship with the younger sibling. Whether because younger sibling moves far away or otherwise. And that big transformation of a person's spirituality. Alright. But yeah, that's what I have for all of you. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. If you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.